Hey, it's Clay Trader, and this will be a video chart on AWSL, Atlantic Wind and Solar Incorporated. Before I go any further, I do want to note to please check my IRP disclaimer. This chart I wanted to get up here so people know to throw it on their radars for a couple reasons. It made a nice move earlier last week and then pulled back on much lighter volume and bounced off a key moving average very nicely and is now showing signs of life again on lower volume, and I will get into that in a little bit. Um, but the first thing that I want to point out and just start off with this chart is one simple trend line, and that trend line being this one right here. As you can see, for the past few months, the trend of the overall chart has been up. We've pulled back here once and then most recently here, but both times this trend line has held up and is going strong. And if you really wanted to, you could do a trend line like this also, which shows an overall uptrend. So a few different ones you can choose, but the one that I'm going to use is this line right here. And once again, I just wanted to point that out so everybody understands that the overall context of the chart is bullish and in an uptrend. But for the time being, I'm going to get that out of here. But just remember what the overall context is. And just to go over kind of briefly what's been going on with the chart has slowly been creeping up, obviously, as I just mentioned, and most importantly, has been doing one of these numbers where you have a low down here, then we have a low here, then we have a low here, and then our newest lowest low was right here at 59 cents. And as you can see, and actually if you wanted to, you could map out this low, but the one thing that these all have in common is they are higher than their previous low. So this low here, this one's higher. This low here, this one's higher, and you get the point all the way up. So if you're familiar with the world of technical analysis and charting, you know that higher lows simply indicates that the bargain price that people find worthy enough to buy in the bid continues to creep up. So each time the bid goes higher and higher, that's obviously saying that that's what those people think the stock is worth. So as time has increased, that good bargain price has also increased, with the newest one being right here at 59 cents. So now let's jump into some supports and resistance levels. We'll first start off with the support. Our key support right now is just this 59-cent area. As you can see, the price dropped along here and bounced up around for a few days. And we also have the key moving average right here, this white one, which is the 50-day simple moving average. So let me get that marked up here real quick. 50 SMA. If you're familiar with charting, you know that this is one of the key psychological points. So that was why it was very good to see the price hold up strong here. And also on that note, wanted to point out here the golden cross, which is when the 50-day simple moving average just crosses upwards through the 200-day simple moving average, which is this green line. One thing to note on that is that it is a lagging event because it's formed by lagging indicators. So pretty much all this is telling us is that the chart is in a nice uptrend. It's just confirming that, not telling us anything new or predicting any sort of future events, because once again this is formed by two lagging indicators. But nonetheless, it's still nice to have this secondary confirmation that the chart is in a nice bullish uptrend. Now to hop back over to the other side of the coin and talk about some resistance levels. The key resistance level on this whole chart right now is right up here at 85 cents. This is what is the breakout point, the booyah point, whatever you want to call it. 85 cents is the key level that when it breaks, you will be up into blue sky breakout territory. So only 5 cents off, and the resistance, or excuse me, our new support levels were formed by the breaks of them today. As you can see, this pink line and red line are our 10 and 20-day simple moving averages, and those were resistances beginning today because they were above. However, as you can see, this candlestick has blown up through them, so now these are our supports again. But the next significant resistance level is not up until this 85-cent area, and with a break of that, that would mean the charts formed yet another higher high, which is exactly what you want in uptrends. Now, in terms of the volume, this big move here obviously cleared out whoever was selling in this area, and then it was a pullback, and once again, the pullback occurred on much lower volume. And then today, nothing huge in terms of volume. However, the stock went up over 30% on lower volume. So that's showing that shares are tight, shares are being held tight, and the float, isn't some gigantic number, because if it only takes this amount of shares to move up the stock 33%, obviously shares are getting transferred into stronger hands, and it just doesn't take as much to move the price up. So shares are getting harder to come by, and that's very evident by a 30% move on only this amount of shares. So as volume increases, like hopefully it will begin to, there's only supply versus demand, economics 101. The price will have to adjust until where people are willing to sell, and that's where this resistance comes in. Once again, people were willing to sell up here at 85. But this next time through, the price might not be till 90 cents or 95, or I don't know where it's at. But bottom line, this lower volume that pushed up the price today just shows that you're going to have to raise up your price if you want to get shares, because it's not taking much to move the price now. Just a quick glance at the indicators, all looking good. After today, they're all starting to head back up, which is exactly what you'd want to see. So on the indicator front, things are looking good. If you do have any other questions, feel free to shoot me a message, and I will do my best to clearly answer it. But if not, hope you learned something, and make sure to throw AWSL on your radars. Thanks for listening.